Welcome everyone, Gramps Races here with another Formula 1 mobile video. We have the closest win I've ever had in this video, and it's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But in the meantime, let's get to the race. We're on Baku. We are ghosted out on the first corner. We're going to go ahead and take that lead and just go into the wall because I tried to go too defensive, but our opponent did the same thing, so no harm, no foul. We're okay. We're going to hit that DRS button too and take that speed advantage. We didn't let Carlos Sainz go through there, and we kind of pay for that, and our opponent gets past us there. Really should have covered off the AI. You got to make sure you're doing that, especially on these street circuits. You don't want to get stuck behind them, especially in the braking zones. It's absolutely horrible. Our opponent's making a couple of mistakes. We're right behind them now, and this up here, I promise this was not intentional, but as we come to this really slow set of corners here, he gets really slow, and I hit the brakes right as we make contact, and that happens. Just really unfortunate that we had to make the contact there. Just the timing was just super close between, I think he just hit his brakes a little bit earlier than I was expecting, and we're going to go ahead, slow it down real quick. We're going to go ahead and replay this. And you can see I hit the brakes right as we make contact, and I slowed it down in the video editor, and literally there's a frame where there's no sparks, then there's a frame where we make contact, and then the next frame after that is when I hit the brakes. So it was literally that close. Unfortunate for our opponent, but we're going to go ahead and take the win anyway. To the Australian track, I'm not really good at this one. Our opponent decides to take out the AI there to get past them. Pretty funny, like right in front of you. You got to be careful that the AIs don't sit in the middle of the track after something like that. They do that, and it could be bad. He goes defensive on us. We're gonna go ahead, try to take that position, but he has some weird lag, I think, right there. So that was really sketch. Once again, going defensive. We're kind of put to the outside, can't really make the turn. So we once again sit behind our opponent, and they have the Mercedes, so they have that top end and lightweight advantage. I'm still using the normal TR car. But regardless, we're going to keep on keeping on. Now, unfortunately, we have to clear some AIs and get back behind our opponent. Getting past the AIs is now our priority. But as I say that, as we get up to this corner here, we notice the gap starts coming down really quickly, and the AI starts slow up, so we get past them real quick, and then our opponent made just a mistake at that corner. We got the DRS too, so we fly by, pull out a 1.8 second gap, get past the AIs and our opponent all in one corner. That was like a gift from the gods. Like the racing gods have looked upon us like Max Verstappen in the final race of the 2021 season. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get a 2.56 second gap at the very end. We'll take it. That's why you always got to keep on racing, regardless of how far back you are. You never know, your opponent could mess something up, and that happens. So next we're going to Monza, and this race is insane. So we have a grid start right away. You can tell that our opponent's right with us. It seems that I barely have like a slight speed advantage. He goes into the back of us, and we get the contact penalty through the corner, excuse me. And so we don't get the best exit, but we just barely have a little bit more top end. We're now in the Red Bull car. Yes, got the Red Bull car. Super stoked to have it. But we get a little bit more top end, of course, to our opponent, but we just take that chicane really badly, and he pulls out in front. We got the Ghost system helping out there. We get a really nice run, and I just braked really early. Like looking back, that was just really early. I could even tell. I was like, why did I brake there? But regardless, we're still behind, and we have just a little bit of an advantage. So this is going to be tough. To the Ascari chicane, we have Mazepin right behind us. They take it really badly. We're right neck and neck now, and this is where it gets absolutely nuts. We are now side by side. We're going to get squeezed, but the Ghost system happens. I kind of give him just a slight turn in. We're going to go into the corner. We get unghosted. We make contact, wheel to wheel, and now we just have the final straightaway. We are literally 0.07 ahead of our opponent, and we're going to take the win. 0.75 was the gap at the very end right there. That was insane. I can't believe we pulled it out in the end, but that was just probably the closest win I ever had in this game, easily. Alright, to some of some Monaco. Haven't really posted Monaco a whole lot, but we have a race here. Right away we get a pretty good start. We get the inside line. We're gonna go for it, but we make contact. We get stuck on each other. It makes me, it just made me not want to turn, so we go into the wall. And right away we realize we're right on the back of our opponent, and I think at this point I realized I'd have to stay behind them in these sort of close, or sorry, not close, but slow corners. It's really hard to overtake here, so I just want to stay behind them but stay close. But we actually get a ghost system there, so I try to go for it, but we hit the wall. But now we get to the kind of the second straight in the game, so we know we can gain some time back here. So we're just going to go ahead and sit behind and see what happens to this chicane. This chicane is really tough to take. It's really hard, and our opponent agrees with me right there as he just over brakes. We get by. It's really hard on this track to overtake. That is one of the places to do it, though, and we are just want to hit our marks for the rest of the sector, not make any mistakes. As earlier you saw me win from someone making a mistake when they were miles ahead. I don't want to do the same thing, and we take that final sector cleanly with a 2-second gap to our opponent, and that's going to be it for the Monaco race. And now we're going back to the older update pre-facelift. It's going to be a grid start, and honestly that was a pretty spot on start, but our opponent just flies right past us, so it didn't even matter. We get contacts, kind of tried to go up the inside of like 2 AIs, tried to get greedy, and we made contact, and I kind of paid the price by losing out a second behind our opponent. So not the best start. Tried to be too cheeky with it. Fortunately didn't work out for me this time. And now we're down to 1.5 behind our opponent. It's looking pretty rough, but this track is very, very technical, so you never know what happens. As I say that, we bring the gap down to 0.6. He's making some mistakes, goes wide into the wall, so do we. We're kind of struggling out here. It's not looking good. We actually go around the AI there, and once again our opponent has some sort of issue off the corner. We gain a lot more time. We get the ghost system, and now we just have to get through these corners faster, and we take the lead after that. So pretty good race. Brought the gap back down. Never want to give up, and had more upgrade points than us as well. This race was interesting. Once again, on the pre-facelift update, it's going to be a sprint race, a Red Bull Ring. Our opponent's in the Haas car, so okay, goes into the back of the AI there and decides not to just go past them. And we try to go side by side, and it doesn't really happen. He kind of just speeds off as well, so just amazing run out of that corner, incredible stuff. And right here, you know, gets past another AI. All right, fair. And we're gonna try to do the same thing. We get the DRS button there. He's pulling that head. And right now we just want to hit our marks, bring that gap down so we can make an overtake. He decides to brake really early, try to squeeze us to the outside, and in doing all of that, we get past, and he drops a second, 1.5 behind us. I don't know if that guy just thought he was going to keep bringing that gap like up, and just decided, oh no, I want to play go wheel and try to squeeze. I don't know. That's what it seems like to me, and ends up not working whatsoever. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and that's going to wrap it up for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, have a great day.
Boom.